Hello there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me for the August of 2021 Taroscope. There's so much going on. There's going to be a second full moon in your sign. There's so much happening, but really quickly, let's just get into the basics. I'm vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess. I've been in the metaphysical field for over 30 years. I started as a tarot reader way back in the day, and even though I'm continuing doing tarot, I've expanded my horizons. I do channeling, I do spiritual art, I do all sorts of different things now, and you can find the links to more information about that below. This is for Aquarius sun sign and rising sign and moon. We're going to use in this reading the deck of the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. This is my own creation. And then we're going to pull in a card from one of my other decks that I created, the Animal Totem Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. Then, if you're a Patreon level 2 subscriber, there's going to be 3 additional cards pulled from the Circle of Life Tarot. Real quick announcement, I am opening up for the Libra Ingress readings. So if you're interested in that, you can find out below. It's one very popular reading. It's a quarterly reading that looks at the upcoming season, because everybody is affected at these seasonal changes. And if you want to find out how it might affect you, do check it out in the description below. What was else I going to tell you? There was something else I was going to tell you. What was it? Well, if I think of it, I'll let you know. Anyway, so what's going on is these cards have been thoroughly shuffled, and what I'm just going to do now is just like a real loose shuffle here. And as I pull the cards that are meant for you, allow Spirit to show me the cards that are meant for you, what I'd like you to do is just look at them and let it resonate with you. If you see something that, vibes with you, then it's meant for you. That's the way that you can get personal messages out of these general readings, okay? Look at the words. They might go up, down, backwards, forward. They might run from one card right into the other. There's no rules, and sometimes the ones that look like they say something completely different are the most powerful ones that are really a strong personal message for you. Okay, so this is, first let me tell you about the astrology, because there's a couple big things going on, and one definitely affects you super strong. But first of all, we're having the Lion's Gate. There's going to be the Lion's Gate on 8/8, on August 8th. So that happens every year, but this year it's uber powerful because the new moon also falls on that 8/8 Lion Gate portal. So this is a huge opportunity for creating your destiny, manifesting anything you want to do. You create that energy because that new moon, you want to create and begin new things. It's super powerful. Secondly, there's going to be a second full moon in your sign, which is very unusual. It's a zodiac blue moon, because you have, I'm recording this video actually on the full moon in your sign in July. And then there's going to be another one in your sign in August. Now it's interesting because the one in July today is like at 1 degree of Aquarius, so it's a kind of a beginning. I think you might see it come to full fruition by the second one, which is happening on the 22nd, and that's going to be all the way at 29 degrees. So we're at the first degree of Aquarius in July, and then the second one in August is going to be at the last degree of Aquarius. So you guys are really, it's very unusual to have that. It doesn't happen very often at all. So this is really an emphasis on your energy, and it's almost like you got a second chance to get it right. I might put that down, a second chance to get it right. There's so much here, I can't know if I can fit it all. A second chance, yeah, to get it right. But let's look what's going on here. It definitely looks like some love energy here. We've got the lovers showing up right at the top here. That usually does mean that you're involved in a relationship, and there's a lot of happiness and love, and it's usually a romantic relationship. Sure looks like it's with the Queen of Pentacles. Now this is a gender neutral reading, so the Queen of Pentacles doesn't necessarily have to be a female. If you're interested in men, it's going to be a man. Whatever it would work for you. The Pentacle person is the Earth sign person, which is the Taurus, the Capricorn, or the Virgo. The Pentacle person can also represent in the time of Earth. Now, we are going to be moving into, actually on the day of that 22nd, on the day of that second full moon, we will be moving in from Leo into Virgo, the Earth sign energy. So that's, that's powerful. That's very, very powerful energy. Somebody is making you an offer. This could be any kind of offer. It doesn't necessarily have to be an offer of love, but the cups do represent you know, emotions, and it's right next to the Lovers. So I think somebody's, you know, some of you might be getting a marriage proposal even. You know, it could be a marriage proposal, but somebody definitely wants to meet up with you or date you, or maybe they're going to invite you. It could be like some kind of a big milestone, like I want you to meet my parents, I want you to meet my kids, or I want you to, you know, let's move in together. It could be like that kind of milestone. I'm going to write that milestone down here too. I have way too much to fit in the headline, but some of it will make it in there. All right. It looks like some of you are you're a little hesitant. You're a little hesitant, you're a little on guard, you're like, I'm not sure about this, I've been burned in the past, I've been hurt. I'm hearing that song. I've been hurt by love, I'm just a fool for a pretty face. So maybe some of you are, you know, got sucked in by a pretty face, or whatever the case may be. But, you know, you're on guard, you're a little bit on guard, and you're a little bit like, I don't know if I want to deal with this person, I don't know if I can trust them, I'm not sure. I've been hurt in the past, or maybe it's just like, I'm not ready yet. I've just got out of a bad relationship, I just got divorced, and I'm just not ready yet. But there's apprehension, But this reading is saying there's no need for that. The world is saying, this is going to be so cool. This has the potential to be so cool for you. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, but there's enormous potential with the World card showing up here. Enormous potential. Huge opportunity. Bigger, better, more than you ever thought. This could also, sometimes the world says that this, if it's pertaining to this potential romantic thing here, the world can say that maybe they're from a different part of the world than you. They might be from a different culture or even a different country. So you might want to, if that's something that you never thought of, you might be like, oh, I've never dated anybody outside my own, you know, group. That's not usually a thing with Aquarians, because usually Aquarians are pretty open to whatever, you know. They're the most open. But, you know, that could be. For some of you, because there's this other energy down here about there's definitely some kind of big financial thing being offered up here too. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in money, and then the Two of Pentacles here. Like, so this is like, for some of you, this is going to be like you're not sure if you want to take this on. This might be another part-time job. Like, it's like, I've already got a full-time gig. I don't know if I have time or energy to start a second thing. For some of you, though, it could be maybe you've been working 2 jobs or had 2 things going on, and then one of them, they're saying one of them is the clear winner. Like, I do that too. I have so many different things going on. And then if something isn't viable, I just kind of let it go, you know. So maybe you've started these 2 things, and all of a sudden one of them really starts taking off. So then you have an idea of where to direct your energy more fully. I feel like this is also tied to this world, though. Whatever you're starting could really turn into something huge for yourself. The Hierophant is right in here, too. So that is like a big group or organization. Or that's also like the world. You know, this could be like somebody getting behind you. Maybe you're trying to do it all on your own. Like, you're trying to balance it all. It's a balancing act on your own. And then some big, you know, corporation comes along and buys you out, or you know, offers you a contract and maybe just keeps you on still as a CEO or something like that, and you're just like, phew. It feels very much like it's a relief. Like, this isn't a bad thing. This isn't, because sometimes the Hierophant can be like a bunch of red tape you have to get through and aggravation kind of things like that. This feels like not the other way. It feels like, yeah, I want this. I want this company to come in and help. You know, it's like a lot for me to handle on my own. It's getting too much for me to handle on my own. And then the Hierophant comes in and says, hey, Aquarius, let me help you out. And I wouldn't be surprised if something big like that went down in this second full moon for you. I mean, it could be really powerful. And I'm going to shuffle up your animal totem. A real quick reminder, again, don't forget about that Libra Ingress reading, available for a limited time. Check it out if you're interested. Let's go ahead and get our animal totem card for our Aquarius. The fox. Yeah, the fox. I saw a fox recently, a brown fox, which I've never seen a brown fox in my life. I wasn't sure what it was. It was actually dead in the road. I thought it was a cat, and then I'm like, oh, look at the face. It's like a raccoon. It didn't dawn on me. It's like, it's a fox. Duh. Let's read it. Sly, sexy, charming, shapeshifter. Elevated sense of smell, acute hearing, mediumship. Camouflage, retreat, insulate, survive. Keep to yourself until you know who to trust. Well, that could be a thing too. If you're working on something, wait till it's like ready to debut. But right away, what I thought of was the fox, because back in the old days, in my time, fox was like, oh, you're hot. It was like, oh, foxy lady, or oh, what a fox. For male and female, fox or foxy meant sexy, sly, sexy, charming. So I feel like that's what's showing up in here for you, and it could be like it's both ways. It's like you think they're foxy and they think you're foxy, and it's on. It's on, baby. It's on, Aquarius. And another thing about that full moon is shining a light on you. So you're getting the light shine on you in July all the way through August. I mean, you're really in the spotlight at this time. Okay, before we wrap it up, I just want to mention for a lot of us it's back to school time. And I have these beautiful journals that I created with a lot of my artwork on it. These are a few examples, but there's a whole bunch of different ones to choose from. And you can find that information below. They're very affordable. They're only $6.88 through Amazon. You get free shipping if you're a member of Prime. So really cool stuff if you wanted to get that, or just get a journal for yourself by purchasing my various wares, the decks, the books, and the readings and everything. But that all goes towards keeping this this channel going and keeping things moving and keeping the free readings and the decks and everything coming. So I appreciate everybody who does do that all the time. I mean, there's so many of you. I appreciate you oh so much. I am doing the spiritual painting thing now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There'll be an additional little video tacked on the end here. So if you're interested in finding more about that, you can stay tuned for that. Otherwise, if you're a Patreon supporter, there's going to be 3 more cards. Thank you guys all for everything you do, like purchasing my wares, but also the things that don't cost anything, like hitting that like button and that subscribe button. That all goes towards keeping the channel alive and in the algorithm. If you can't find me, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll find me every month then, okay? Thank you guys so much. Have a great second full moon. Big month for you guys, Aquarius. Big month. So take advantage of it. The spotlight's on you, and we'll see you again next month. Hi everyone, vickieverlie here. Many of you know me as a tarot reader on YouTube. While I've been reading tarot for over 40 years, I've always been involved in various avenues of metaphysical exploration. As a lifelong musician, I've always known that the music I was writing was coming through me, and that I was connecting with something higher than myself during the writing process. It wouldn't be till years later that I could put a name to it: channeling. I realize now that I've been channeling music and receiving channeled messages in the readings all along. Although I have written lyrics, I never really seriously applied the process to writing until 2012, when I wrote my first metaphysical novella, Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love. The writing of this book was so filled with synchronicities. There were things coming through based on historical facts that I had no way of knowing. By the end of the book, it was clear that I was just taking dictation as the story unfolded in my mind's eye. Several years later, in 2019, I followed up with a full-on channeled book, The Transmissions for Humanity, Book 1, and the transmissions show no sign of stopping. Around that same time, I felt called to revisit my fine art roots. I've been making art my whole life, since I could hold a crayon in my hand. But since the advent of personal computers, I was primarily a digital artist. After digging my old art supplies out of the attic, I found I was pretty rusty. But it found it so calming and meditative that I made it a regular practice. Since then, my art has evolved into what I'm calling interdimensional art, or interdimensional art. Yet another form of channeling, the images and messages emerge through the art, and the results are amazing. The energetic frequencies that are coming through the arts are undeniable. While I am not the first person to engage in this type of channeling, I am indeed an avid practitioner of the art. Behind me are a few of my recent paintings that I am making available in the form of fine art prints. These high-quality giclée prints are printed on 100% archival paper using archival certified light-fast inks meant to last a lifetime. Each print includes a certificate of authenticity and a handwritten thank you note by myself. If you would like to own one of these prints for yourself, I've included a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching.